Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to this week's Medical Director Minute. I'm Dr. Brent. Before we dig in today, I wanted to highlight some things that are coming up next week. The Buteau Family Symposium on Child Maltreatment will focus on neglect this year and will take place at Carl at the Fields on September 14th from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Space is limited, so register today if you want to attend in person. It will be recorded and available to view later if you don't get a spot. In addition, our second mental health rounds session will be on Zoom that same evening, September 14th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. I'll just be on Zoom. You can join me if you need to talk about anything. Details for both can be found in my weekly Happy Friday email. One more fun announcement. In last week's email, I mentioned that I was working on a SharePoint site for our service line. Well, I've got it started, and while it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and content up that I want in there yet, it still has some bits and pieces for you to enjoy. So go check it out. That's enough housekeeping. Let's dig in. This week's topic is teamwork in the trenches. Most of you know that I load up my car every summer and drive out to Allerton Park near Monticello for a week to attend diabetes camp. It's called Camp Granada, Granada, American Diabetes Association. Anyway, I did not come up with a clever name. It was there when I got there. I started going in 2006 as a pediatric resident, and this past summer was my 14th week at camp. Now, most people hear summer camp and think fun in the sun or arts and crafts or nature hikes, and those people are correct. We do all of those things. However, to make sure that our small army of campers with type 1 diabetes have as much fun as possible at camp, we have to bring together a team of dozens of folks from all over the place with different areas of expertise and training to work together and keep everyone healthy and safe. The kids get summer camp. The rest of us, well, we get a lot out of it for sure, but sleep and relaxation are not on the menu. While some of us have been working camp for years, usually about half of our staff are joining us for the first time, and some of them haven't ever even camped before. So there's heat, and bugs, and insulin, and sweat, and blood, and bugs. Did I mention bugs? Alcohol swabs. Each year, it seems like a new adventure with new challenges and events that result in new stories to tell, and usually new rules to put in the camp manual for next year. However, even though each year seems like a new adventure, each year also seems like home. I pull into the drive and it feels like I belong there. I get out of the car and hug someone I haven't seen for 51 weeks, but it's a hug that feels like true closeness, like we just saw each other the day before. I feel like the reason for this is the whole point of today's message: teamwork in the trenches. At camp, we're isolated. Yeah, it's only a 5-minute drive into Monticello and a 25-minute drive back to Champaign. But once we arrive at camp on Saturday, the expectation is that we are there and staying there until the last camper checks out on the following Friday. We are taught to be adaptable, flexible, and resourceful and trust each other. When we're faced with challenges, we have to meet them, deal with them, and lean on each other for support. I feel that this sort of teamwork forges the strongest bonds and is why I feel so close to my fellow camp staff. It's also why many of you probably get sick of hearing me talk about camp. It's because I've learned so much from my time working at Camp Granada. The lessons are ones that can be applied to so many other parts of my life. So today, my words of encouragement are intended to inspire all of you to treat our work like you're in the trenches with the people around you. This includes the person sitting next to you, the person down the hall, the person on the other end of the phone call, the other people in the Teams meeting, the front desk staff, everyone. They are in the trench with you, and we have so much work to do. That work is always going to be easier when we're doing it together. And the bonds you form in overcoming challenges together will be strong. if you're open to making them. So the next time you feel thoughts creeping in about that's not my job, or that person's not pulling their weight, or why are they calling me again? I want you to pretend that you and that other person are isolated at camp with a problem in front of you. You only have each other to fix it together, and build a stronger bond as you do it. If these stories and pictures inspire you to join me in the trenches sometime, let me know. Camp usually happens at Allerton Park near Monticello in early to mid-July each year. And we almost always have spots open for many different types of staff, even nursing students and fourth-year medical students. That's enough for today, teammates. Don't forget to check out the Children's Service Line SharePoint when you get a chance, and I'll be back next week with another Medical Director Minute. See you then, you animals.